Then who started recording? Who started the recording?
Yeah, I did.
You did. Okay. Okay. Would you be able to cut? Okay, go ahead. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the DSN Geospatial Community bi-weekly webinar series. So we are waiting for our facilitator in person of Olamide to get his screen up, and then we'll start the session immediately. So please give us some few minutes and we'll be starting right away. Thank you. Okay, so Olamide, are we good to go?
Yeah, we are good to go.
Okay, so good afternoon, good morning, good evening from anywhere you're joining us from. And I say a very big welcome to every one of you to the DSN, that's Data Science Nigeria Geospatial Community bi-weekly webinar series. So today we'll be speaking on the topic called Geospatial Storytelling for Impact, which is the part 2 of what was discussed in the last class we had. So this time around, we want to have a deep dive into some other aspects of what was discussed in the last class. So before we go into this, let me quickly introduce myself to you all. My name is Sarah Peter Deoye, and I work at DSN. I'll be your host for this training session. So let's get to know the mother body of the organization hosting this community. So the mother body of the community, where the community is seated on, is called DSN, which is Data Science Nigeria. And our commitment is to raise 1 million AI talents and build AI solutions that improve the quality of life and well-being of over 2 billion people in the emerging market. Next slide, please. So let's get to know more about the geospatial community for those that don't know about us or what we do in the community. The community, the geospatial community, is a community where geospatial professionals and enthusiasts meet and they collaborate and even interact with each other. On the community as well, we share opportunities like trainings, like mentorships, and the likes that is relating to geospatial field, where we know that our community members can actually benefit from. And then aside from that, we also have hands-on practical sessions, such as this one that we are taking to equip our community members on technical skills and making them to stand out in the labor market. We also engage in hackathons and win prizes. So there are some times whereby we have hackathons, we have mini hackathons in the community. So these are some of the things we do, and people that have questions regarding anything that they are doing and they need clarity, they join the community. And when they speak up, a whole lot of people bring up suggestions to solve anything that they are facing, whereby it's like a community where people talk and discuss about trending issues and problems are being solved. So without further ado, let's go straight into the topic of today. So the person who will be taking us on today's topic is no other person than Olamide Shogbamu. Olamide Shogbamu is a geospatial data scientist in DSM, and he'll be taking us on this hands-on journey through the geospatial storytelling for impact part 2. So, Olamide, please do confirm that you can see my screen. You can hear my voice rather.
Thank you very much, Sarah. I can very much hear your voice. Good
Okay.
afternoon. Thank you, Sarah, for the background knowledge and a proper introduction was done. Yes, my name is Olamide Shugbamu, and I'm a geospatial data scientist at Data Science Nigeria. And once again, we have brought to you our geospatial bi-weekly webinar. So, Sarah, I hope I'm good to go from here.
So you can
Yeah,
just
okay.
go straight,
Yeah, so I
you
will
can just
just
go into the topic on or into the answer that you want to take, or if there's
yes,
any
so
background you want to give to them before going into the answer, please go ahead with it. It's your thing. Do it. You have the floor.
like Sarah said, we are looking at just the power of geospatial storytelling for impact. And this is like a continuation of the class we had in last 2 weeks. That's the last 2 Fridays, where we looked at what is geospatial storytelling, looked at the case study of the Parrot Island. We did some analysis on land cover. We used the raster unique value report for our summarization, and then we did a brush up on map making. Yeah, so if you were not present in the last class, we have our recording available on our YouTube channel. Yeah, YouTube channel Data Science Nigeria. The playlist is Geospatial class, DSN Geospatial class. So you can just go through this playlist to see a series of all the classes that we've had. And the latest one you are going to be seeing is the power of geospatial storytelling part one. So I'll just do a quick rundown of what we covered last week. This week we majorly focused on the fifth item, which is map making. We were not able to do much on map making the last time we met, but today we are focusing on map making. So yeah, we discussed geospatial storytelling as using geospatial data, which are satellite imagery and spatial data, to communicate narratives, to tell stories. That is basically what geospatial storytelling is. And then we look at why is it important. We say map tell more stories. Like they don't just tell story in words. They tell story in way people can actually imagine them, they can see them, they can feel they can feel the impact of the story with empathy. And like the popular saying is that a map is what's 1,000 words, but a story-driven map, that is a map that has a story behind it. That is not just you seeing the shape of Nigeria on the map, or you are seeing the shape of Africa on the map. When somebody is able to tell you that, oh, this is Africa, this is what is going on here, you can see this and this, it is worth more than 1,000 words. So we look at the story of the scenario of the Parrot Island and how erosion and flood has been affecting the area where settlements are disappearing. And from my map here, if you go to Google Map, you type Parrot Island on Google Map, you can see the island as it is in the middle of water body. So let's quickly move because that's not the focus for today. You can get all this information from the last recording that we have. So here are some of the methods that we used in the last class. We collected our data from Esri. Esri land cover analysis is a ready-made land cover analysis. You can just go there and download your area of interest. The land cover data is extracted from Sentinel-2, which is a satellite imagery. So we did some analysis on it. One of it is reclassification. Another one is raster layer unique report. So this helps us to summarize our raster classes. Another which like gets a summary of the classes is with group statistics. Group statistics is a plugin on QGIS that you can use to summarize areas of the shape. And yes, so when you get the area of the shape, you can now know the size at which, oh, this class is covering 100,000 meters square, this site is covering 60,000 meters square. and like that you can be able to draw insights and conclusions from there. So I'll be moving forward because I don't want to spend too much time on the explanation so that we can have more time in the hands-on session. So map making basically, from what you can see on my screen, is you trying to create a map. So this map making, it's there are best practices to map making. You need to make sure that your legends are clear. Your skills, you have skills on your map. You have the direction, either your north arrow or the compass sign. You use an effective color scheme. You don't want to add too much color to your map. You symbolize your map very well in a way that people can understand. Then you make sure that your map is an high resolution map. The one that you are seeing on my screen right now is not an high resolution map. But when you are plotting your map on QGIS, which is something that we are going to be covering in this class, you want to make sure that yes, your map is an high resolution map. Reports and presentation. Yes, you want to make sure that people who are reading your map reports, your map layouts, they understand it. And the best way to do that is by writing clear report and presentation. So we are moving straight forward. For this class, this is a scenario of what we are going to be making. So we've called this map Parrot Island and Disappearing Settlement. So if you look at it, I said Cross River State's disappearing land is a pressing concern, and is associated to erosion, is associated to flood, is associated to climate change, and we are doing a geographic information system visualization and storytelling. Yes, everything that you see here are map that are made out of QGIS. This is what we worked on in the last class. If you want to know how we got here, just make sure that you watch the last recording. So we have a map visualization for 2021. We have a map visualization for 2022. We have a map visualization for 2023. If you look at the circle on the map, okay, we have water body. You can look at it. If you see the legend, you see water body, you see flooded vegetation, you see built up area. And if you look at the table, you realize that water body kept on increasing consistently across 2021, 2022, 2023. And 2021, we have 13,540 hectares of land in this our study area. This our study area is just a chimp, like a crop from that covers the Parrot Island and its environment. So in 2022, the water body grew. It grew by 37 acres of land, and then in 2023 it just blew up to 13,893 hectares of land, which is very massive, and we can see the impact in the sense that it covers a lot of dry land, a lot of vegetation, a lot of trees, a lot of built-up settlements. The water just took over the spaces, and the land disappeared. In the map, you see a circled area. You see two partitioned land. I made that place white because I want the water body to be very visible. You know, it should have been green and it should have a little bit of contrasting colors. So I just made it white so that you can see that, okay, here there is a space here, and that space is representing the land area. If you look at it in 2022, the space is still there, however, it is smaller. If you look at it in 2023, the space has disappeared. This is not a graphics. This is not something that was drawn or undrawn. This is an analysis that was performed on quantum GIS, and we are able to see that truly lands are disappearing. If you also look at the tail end of the, there is this part where they call this part where water. Okay, I think they called it. Just a minute. Okay, we look at it when we get to the hands-on class so that I don't waste too much time. Yeah, we can see that erosion is also shrinking into the place, and the settlement, the built-up area where people actually stay, is reducing. The built-up area are the red areas, and if you look at the map, compare the three maps that we have, you can see that the built-up area is reducing. In 2021, we have 4,248. In 2022, yes, we maintain a consistency of 4,348. This is so because it was approximated. But in 2023, it is obvious we have 4,222 hectares of land for residential area, because built-up area are basically commercial and residential areas. So we can see that we are losing land and other stuff. So let's go to map making. How did we make this map? So where we stopped last week is where we are going to pick it up from, and we are going to do this together because the essence of this class is not just to come and tell you stories. It's about to teach and show you how you can make geospatial maps. It's a webinar for you to come and learn. Yes. So we are showing you how can you tell stories like this. If you have a scenario like this, how can you tell it to people by showing them on a map? And that is what we call geospatial storytelling. So just with me, open your QGIS. So I'll be opening my QGIS. The internet is quite shaky here, so I'm back on QGIS, but I'll need to share my whole screen so that this analysis is seamless. Yeah, I believe you can see my QGIS screen now. Okay. Yeah, okay guys, this is where we dropped off the last time. We downloaded the land use, land cover, made some analysis, and then we are left with this. So we are going to be doing our visualization with 2021 clipped, 2022 clipped, and 2023 clipped. Yes. So here are the files. This is what they look like on our area of interest. So we have 2021. This is what it looks like. We have 2022. This is what it looks like. We have 2023, and this is what it looks like. So let's go straight into creating our map layout. So to create our map layout, we want to come to Project, go to Layout Manager, and you see there's already a there's already a layout here. This is the one I used for preparation. Just create an empty layout, give it a name, or yes, create an empty layout, and let's give it a name. So let's call it class on the 12th of March. That is class 1203. That's what I'm calling my layout. So I click OK, and yes, I'm here with an empty canvas. I am here. So one major thing that you're going to learn from this class is how you can put multiple maps on your layouts. Yes, it's not a very common skill that people have. People just put one map, and then to put more maps, it's usually kind of confusing because the map is dynamic. Yeah, the map is dynamic. Any map you put here on QGIS on the layout is automatically fetched from whatever you are seeing on QGIS. So come to QGIS again. Let me come to QGIS again. So I'll cancel this. So I want to be seeing 2021 because that is the first thing I want to put on my layout. So I hide 2023, I hide 2022. I'm only seeing 2021 now. So I'm seeing 2021, I want to put it on my map. So this is the view I have. So I go back to my layout. Just on your QGIS icon, you are going to see two tabs because they are basically just windows. You are going to see two windows. Now come to this icon that says add map. On the toolbar section, you see an icon that says add map. Click on it, draw your rectangle in a size that you desire for your map. Now you can see that it is the view I have on QGIS that is here, and this view is a little bit smaller than my window, so I want to increase this map. So I come to this move item content. Move item content means that okay, this is a map. I want to move the map that is inside it. So I can come here increase it, just increase by scrolling. This is a very big increase. So to make sure that the scrolling is gradual, you can hold down shift, hold down control rather, just hold down control and hi guys, can you hear me now? I'm so sorry for the network interruption. I'll be sharing my screen again. Yeah, I believe you can see my screen now. I believe you can see my screen now. So apologies, the network was a little bit fuzzy. So I'll take this part again. I'll just take this part again. So I believe you add me up to the part where I created the map layout. So I'll be deleting this and I'll be importing it afresh. So just come to your QGIS window. The first map you want to import is your 2021 map. Make sure it is the only visible item on QGIS. Now go to your map layout. On your map layout, the empty canvas, come to add map. The add map icon is like the layout icon with a plus, like a scroll icon with a plus sign. Click on it. Draw your map size to your desired ratio. This is the ratio I kind of want for my map. So I'm drawing my map size to this ratio. So to increase the content in the window, in the box you have drawn, just hold down control and scroll your tracker or you just zoom on the map gradually. So I need to click on this move item in content first. Then I scroll it gradually. I can move it by clicking and dragging it. I scroll it gradually. I can move it by clicking and dragging it. Now this is good. But the first thing I want to do is like I want to add a little bit of styling, which is part of what you are learning in this class. So I want to add a little bit of styling to it. So I come to the item panel. This is the item panel right here, the properties panel. I want to add grid line to it. So just scroll down, open the grid item, and the grid drop down, click on plus. So now you've added the grid, but it's not showing. So you want to modify the settings. So the grid here, I want it to be solid grid. I wanted to use the map CRS and I want it to be map units. So yeah, I'm going to give it a value of 5,000 instead of 0. And yeah, I also give it a value of 5,000 map units instead of 0. So yeah, you can see that my map already has grid. Then I can do some styling by reducing the opacity. So I can reduce the opacity to like 20. Yeah, I can reduce it to 20. And that's just all I'll do with the opacity. So I'll go back. The blend is normal, that is fine. I want a frame, but I want a ticked frame. So I'm going to pick interior tick. Interior tick. The interior tick is not really showing well, so I'll use exterior tick. So the exterior tick is so the essence of this grid and the tick that showing here is just to indicate that the map still continues, but this is my study area. The grid is exterior, so it's showing that, oh, there are still content outside, but this is my study area. So I'm going to also add the values of the coordinates. That's the latitude and the longitude. So I'll say draw coordinates. You can see this value are a little bit bigger. I want to style it to be more fancy. So basically, we are doing map making, and I believe you are following along. So I'll leave this as decimal. The left side, I want it to be latitude only. Yes, latitude only. And I want it to be outside the frame. I want it to be vertical ascending. Vertical ascending. And so, I want it to be vertical ascending. For the right part, okay, for the right part, I'll do something similar to. Um, I'll show latitude only too, outside the frame, vertical descending this time. Then I'll go to the top. I want to remove it from the top. So I'll disable it. Then for the bottom, I'll do longitude only. Because whatever is for longitude is for latitude. It's just whatever is for longitude is for latitude. Yeah, actually. So I'll do outside the frame, horizontal, that is okay. So for the font, I want to reduce it so that it fits in properly. So I'll take it to like 5 is a little bit tiny. I'll keep it at 6. Yes, I'll keep it at 6. So that is all I want to do for this guy. So one thing I'll do, this is 2021. So I want to add a text on top of it and say 2021. So I'll come here and say 2021. Just come to this text, click it, drag your area, and just come here, type 2021. So that does it for me. I can reduce this. I can reduce this. Yeah. And then I can bring it somewhere here just to show whoever is reading my map that this is 2021. I want to increase the font small, let's say 12. That's fine. 2021. So one thing I want to do now is I want to keep this. But if I go to QGIS and I change the map to another map, let's say I activate 2022. If I come back to my map layout, the map, if I refresh it, the map will dynamically change. You can see that it has changed, which means that this record is no longer 2021. So how do I keep this 2021 and still use the same map that I have on QGIS for this layout? So we are learning that right away. So let's go back to QGIS and activate 2021 so that we have a consistent record. Come back to your layout and refresh it. Yes, this is 2021 data. One thing I will do before, I want to highlight everything, copy it, just copy and paste, Control C and Control V. Yeah, copy and paste it. So I can keep this for 2021, have this for 2022, I'm bringing it somewhere here, and also Control paste again and have for 2023. So, but let us have it at the back of our mind that these maps that we have here, they are still the same 2021. So one thing I want to do now is that I want to go to 2021 map and I want to lock layer. If you look at my item panel here, you see lock layer. So just activate lock layer. So it means that whatever I am changing here in my QGIS is not going to affect this guy again. This guy is logged for information sake. So let's click on the 2021. Let's change to 2022. Just come here. Let's need to be a little bit snappy with this. 2022. So I want to click on the map because I want to replace it. So I go to QGIS, I activate 2022 only. Then I go back to my map layout and refresh it. As simple as that. Just refresh. You can see that the remaining two data has changed, but this is 2022. So I want to lock this guy too. So I will just add a lock layer and lock it. Yes. Then we do the same thing for 2023. Change the name 2023. Come to QGIS and then activate 2023 only. 2023 only. So we go back here and we refresh. So by the time we refresh here, this is 2023 data, and then we want to lock it also. So now we have our 3 maps. So this is a very, very useful knowledge. If you are working with displaying multiple maps on one layout, this is a very, very useful item. So this works for me. This works for me. I can still move it around as much as I like. So the next thing I want to do is I want to give my layout a title. So I'm going to add a text again and say Parrot Island and disappearing settlement. You get the gist. Parrot Island and disappearing settlement. Yeah. So the next thing is to style it. Go to font, click on it. Look for a very suitable font. Yeah, there are a lot of fonts here. I choose Montserrat. Montserrat is nice. I increase the So it's no longer supporting me. I want to increase this. Yeah, so there's a way I can say spaces between the line. Yeah, there's actually a way I can do spaces between the line. So I'm just going to find that in a bit. Or not to waste our time. Yeah, or not to waste our time. Let's just keep this way. This is good. This is good enough. I'm just trying to make it look more demure. So this is good. Parrot Island and disappearing settlement. Now, one thing I want to add again is my legend. It's very important that you add legend to your map. Before I add legend, what am I trying to communicate with this map is that settlement actually disappearing, water body are increasing, and flooded area is actually flooding is actually a concern in this part of Nigeria. So I need a table to show that also. Apart from these maps, it might be difficult for somebody to spot without a context explanation. It's a context explanation, so I want to add a table. So to add a table in map view, you come to add attribute table is one, then there is also add fixed table. So attribute table are table that you can import from QGIS, just the same way we import our maps. But what I want to add now is fixed table because the value I want to put in the table are value that I derived from the report. So I'll show you in 2 seconds or in a minute how those reports are being derived. But first, let me add a table. So I click here and I drag and add a table. So this table now has 2 columns and 2 rows. If I want more, I come here and edit table. Yes, I come here and edit. So I'm going to be editing the table very fast. So this first entry column now, I want it to be water body. So I'll just call it water body. The next one will be flooded area. Then the following one is going just option click and say add row below, and that one is going to be built up area. So we have built up area. Then we want to add one row above. So we are going to say not 3 rows. Not 3 rows. We are going to let's just delete the rows one by one. Yeah. And we are going to say year and units, year into bracket units, because I want to. Yeah, so basically it's just editing the table. So I'll call this 2021 into brackets hectares. So basically, if you are following me like that, just add column after, add column after. 2022 hectare, then we have 2023 hectares. So now we have our table. There are more complex things you can do with table like calculation, expressions, and some derivations. But this is what we need. So here the values for each year and each classes will come in so that our whoever is reading the map can get it. So you can see the table is almost formed, you just need to get the values. And I'm going to show us how to get the value in a minute. But before that, I want to add my legend. So I'll put the legend here. So to add legend to a map layout, you come to legend. Look at this icon that looks like a bullet point, add legend. So if you use this, if you click it and you drag to the area where you want to add your legend, it's going to import all the legend you have in QGIS because that's how it works. So now we are going to carefully delete the ones we don't want and the repeated ones so that we keep only the legends that we need. So guys, just come to the item property, the item panel. You know, we have clicked on the legend. So the properties of the legend is what is going to be showing in the item panel. So this auto update, uncheck it so that we don't auto update what is from QGIS. That is our workstation. This is a layout. So I want to delete what I don't need. I don't need area of interest. I click it, I minus it. I don't need this vector data. I click it, I minus it. I don't need this guy. I click it, I minus it. Oh, sorry about that. I click it, I minus it. Oh, apologies. I keep on pressing delete. Just minus it. Delete will delete the entire item. So I only need one of these labels. So I'll delete the remaining two. Then I really don't need rangeland. I really don't need cloud because there is no much cloud. I don't need bare ground, so I can delete all of those. I only need built up area because that's my concern. I need flooded vegetation and I need water. So I'll delete tree. Tree is the white area. I just change the color to white just to make sure that my map is popping. So guys, I'll delete this and I'll remove this too. So I'll rename this very quickly. Just double click it and come and rename it as water body. Yes. I go back. I rename this as flooded area. I go back. Then I think built area. That's okay. So I rename the whole thing as legend, and I can do a little bit of. Okay, yeah, that's good. So this band, okay, I can delete this guy too. So my legend is good to go. Yeah, so my legend is good to go. So you can see how this is coming together. So let's quickly go and look at how we get the values to put in this table. Let's go back to our QGIS. So in QGIS, there are basically two ways to do this. We covered them last week, but this is going to be like a bonus for people that were not able to attend last week's class and they are here currently. So if you click on the raster file, so we are going to start with 2021, you click on the raster file, come to this processing tools. If you don't have it in your QGIS, come to window, is it window of views? Yeah, come to views, come to panels. Under panel, you see processing toolbar. Make sure it is checked. Processing toolbox. Make sure it is checked. And if that is a little bit stressful for you and you have this icon, just make sure that this icon is clicked. If I click it, you see that disappeared. If I click it, it's come back. So in this search box, just search for raster layer unique value reports. Yeah, this is it. Raster layer unique value reports. Click on it, double click on it, input the raster that you want to generate the report for. So you click on the raster, I'm clicking on 2021. Just leave the bands the way they are. Save it in a place where you can find them. Instead of saving it in as a temporary file, I'm going to click this and save output to file. So I have them generated already. I'm just generating them again for the purpose of this class. So I'll call it new 2021 report. So it's an HTML report. If you want it in like a text report, you can also, depending on the kind of file browser that you have or file explorer you have. But here it's HTML support. So I'm going to save it. So that will run and we save. So let's see, let's run it. So that has run and it is complete. So it's telling me that this guy is saved in this location. So if I control and click it, you see it just popped up my browser, my file manager for me. So new 2021 report, you can double click it to open your browser. So these are the things you want to see. You want to see the values and you want to see their corresponding area. So this area will later converted into hectares in the table. So we have one. So that's the mistake. So we have one which is like 135405800. We have For one is water body, 4 is flooded area, 17298,200. We have 7, which is like 424, 424,786,600. The 7 is the built up area. So guys, I have these values already in my, so I'll just get those values. So this is basically just to show us how to get the value. So you can look at how you can convert them to hectares. Okay, let's just do this together. The water body area, we took this. I have on Google a unit converter from area to hectares. So if I paste this here, tells me that this is 134540.58. So approximately it is 13541. So I copy it and then I'm going back to my map layout to paste it. So 2021 water body, click on the table, click on edit table. Here it's the value that it deserves. Double click it and paste it. Remember, we are changing this to 1. So let's do the same thing for the flooded area, which is 4, and the built up area, which is 7. So come here, flooded area is 4, flooded area is 4, so it's 21. I'm trying to make sure I'm using the right file. Yes, so flooded area is 4. So just copy, go to my unit converter, paste it, 1730 approximately. So I come back here, I paste it, 1730. Okay, now that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1730. Then let's do for built up area. Built up area, which is 7. Just copy, just convert it. So this gives us 4247, approximately 4248. So just copy it and here we are. So this is good. So to make it faster, we can just generate the report for 2022 and 2023, and under very few minutes we have our complete table. Then we can now look at the consistency that we desire. So let's come back to QGIS, come to parameter, change this to 2022. You know, we inputted 2021 as our input layer, change it to 2022. Just change this name to 2022, then you run it. So hold control and click on the link to go to your browser, to go to your file manager, double click it. So this is telling us that the water body here is 13577. Okay, the water body here is 134,577.33, which approximately is still 7. So I'll go to QGIS and edit the table. Just paste it. Come to flooded area, which is 4. So flooded area, which is 4. So this is the value we are using. So we have 1060 and 1060. So 0.0, which is still approximately 0. So come here, paste it. Then we come to built up, which is 7. So we have 4236.6, that's 4237. So we have this 4237. So let's quickly do for 2023 also. So we can come to QGIS, go to parameter, input 2023, change this name to 2023, and then we run it. So if you come through and click, you have 2023 report, double click it, and then you have for the water body 13892.5, that's 13893 approximately. So just follow, change this to 3. Then for the flooded area, which is 4, we are coming back here. Guys, you can confirm that this is 2023 data from this name here. That's how I am confirming I'm not mixing up the numbers. So 1632 is the 0.6. So that's 633. That's correct. From the previous one I did, that's what I got. 633. Then for the built up area, which is 7, which is 7. So we have 4021.8. That's 4022. 4022. So yeah, we are done with our table, and then we can just close this. So guys, there's a pattern that is here that actually raises our concern and strengthens the story we are telling you. Look at the water body over the years. Look at the water body over the years. We have 13,541 hectares of land covered by water. By 2022, it increased by 36, and then by 2023 it blew up. It increased by 300 and something. That is like very massive. Means that land are being lost to water in this part of Nigeria. Land is being lost to water. Now, if you look at the flooded area, we have flooded area. That is flooded area in this town. This on the map. These are flooded areas. You can see they are very close to the settlement, right? These are the settlements. The red areas are the settlements, and the flooded area are also close to the settlement where people live. So you realize that the flooded area is not like water. It's just a part of the settlement that is being taken over by water. So there are places where people stay or where activities happen. So that's why they are flooded. That's why they are regarded as flooded area. These are like land, but instead of them to be land, something has happened that it's being covered by water, not the mass water. So you realize that the flooded area that we are is also reducing. Is reducing, meaning that these parts are not habitable again. It's not like they are being replaced by settlement. No. If you look at the map very well, they are not being replaced by settlement. They actually vanished into like green areas. They vanished into like rangeland, into like they vanished into rangeland basically. So that is a concern. Then the built up area from 4,247 in 2021 to 4,022 hectares of land, built areas, places that are covered by commercial and resident, reducing drastically in this area, is raising a concern that we are actually losing some covers, and then we are losing some economic activities in this area. So, yes, that is that, guys. You can see that this is, but one more thing that our visualization is lacking is context, the tone. People have not read anything to direct them. You actually need something to tell them that okay, this is what is going on here, and this is this and this is that. So I'll quickly get that from my analysis. The one more thing that this visualization lacks is the compass. That is the north icon. So you can quickly add that by add a north arrow. Just click and drag it somewhere around there will be nice. And you can style it as much as you want. You can style it as much as you want. So if you come to the SVG browser, there are a lot of icons that you can use. A lot of them actually. So let me just see if I can expand this to show all the icons that are available. So SVG image, app symbols. Just looking for a very nice north arrow. So let me just see. Or basically, we can just search accommodation analytic diagram, cross analysis field, region, icon, landmark. Apologies, let me just say arrow because we can just search. So yeah, I think I found some. Yeah, I'll want to use this. I think I like this better, and yes, I can fill it with a black color. And black color will mean uh, yeah, let me just use this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can actually do this. So this is then I can reduce the size to this is like me taking all the time. But let me try and reduce the size from here to see what happens. Yeah, that works. So yeah, basically this is showing that this is the north arrow. So if you rotate your map, if you kind of rotate your map to make it more explanatory, make sure you rotate the north arrow to point in the direction of the map, because there are some maps that want to show what you are talking about. You have rotated them some kind of ways. So make sure that your north arrow is also pointing to the north. Then want to grab the text. So I'll just grab the text from my image. I'll grab the text from my image. Let me just say, let me quickly use this to grab the text. Okay, yeah. I'll grab the text from here. So I'll come back and yeah, so here I want to put the text. So I'll just draw a text box and I'll paste this in. So if you have a better paragraph, a better line to explain your story, okay, so I can say loss of land and settlement area between 2021 and 2023. Okay, yeah, that is nice. Now, so I can actually do some increasing of font size, and basically we are good. Let me just put it on 12. Let me also use my favorite Montserrat, which is not really nice in this case. So let's just look for a font that is okay. And yeah, sure. So this is that. So you can add other things like your ruler, your guide, just to make sure your map is expressive enough. But basically, this is the essence of the class, and we have covered as much as we needed to in this class. Yeah, we have covered as much as we need. So if you have questions, you can drop in the chat. So yeah, you can just save, you can save it as a PDF, you can save it as an image. So to save as an image, just click on export as image. To save as a web item like an SVG, maybe you want to upload it to a site or something else, you can export as SVG, you can export as PDF. So export it as PDF, you give it a name, Parrot Islands 2023. So save as PDF. So it's asking, do I want it to be compressed or so I'm okay with this setting since I just run it on my laptop. So I just save it. And then you can save the layout itself. Just press Ctrl S to save the layout. So that when you are open your QGIS project again, you can always come back to your map layout to edit or make some modifications. And there are like a lot of things that you can actually do, more and more things you can actually do here on map layout just to present your map. So guys, I hope you have learned something today. Nice to be with you. Nice to anchor the session again. This class will be happening next week. Next 2 weeks, that is a bi-weekly thing, so it won't happen next week. It will happen upper week, and it's going to be a Wednesday again. This is because we currently have a research masterclass that runs on Friday, which is our original time. So, and I guess I'll see you then. If you have questions, feel free to drop on the group. Later in the week, the recording of this session is going to be dropped on the playlist too. So this is going to be the part 2 of what we started last Friday. So thank you very much, guys, and this should be the end of it. So thank you. I'll see you next time. Yeah, so just to mention, the class is over. You can leave the call now. Thank you.